It's Up Taiwan. I'm Ethan Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. President Lai Ching-te says China has no right to represent the people of Taiwan. He made the comments in a speech to mark the country's National Day. Lai also said he was willing to cooperate with Beijing. As Rick Lau reports, he's treading a fine line as trouble brews at home and abroad.
On the streets of Taipei, a vivid display of what it means to be Taiwanese as the country marks its National Day. Presiding over festivities for the first time, President Lai Ching-te, who took place some 6 months ago.
一起为今天美丽的台湾喝彩，迎向明天更美好的台湾。
Since assuming the presidency, Lai has had to deal with China's increasing aggression towards Taiwan, which it claims as part of its territory.
在这块土地上成长茁壮，中华人民共和国无权代表台湾。2300万台湾人民更要向全世界开枝散叶，迎向未来。
Beijing takes particular issue with Lai and his position on Taiwanese self-rule, labelling him a dangerous separatist. Lai's stance also has him fending off hostility at home. The legislature is in the hands of opposition parties sympathetic to China, and they threatened to block Lai's 2025 budget if he took too hard a line on Beijing in this speech.
So the pressure that Lai is under is one domestic, where the opposition is quite eager to seize on everything that he says to say that he's endangering the people on Taiwan. Then at the same time, Lai has to worry about the external factors. So one would be how Beijing reacts, whether Beijing will put more pressure on Taiwan.
But in his National Day address, Lai also offered a rare olive branch to Beijing.
台湾有决心致力维护台海的和平稳定，成就全球的安全和繁荣，也愿意和中国共同因应气候变迁、防堵传染病，以及维护区域安全，追求和平共荣，为两岸人民带来福祉。
Beijing has yet to comment on Lai's speech, but it's expected to respond with military drills in the coming days. The Taiwanese president trod a fine line in his address to the nation, standing up for his country's sovereignty, careful not to provoke political opposition at home, and wary of increasing the ire of a neighbour that threatens its future. Chris Ma and Rick Lowett for TaiwanPlus.
National Day in Taiwan kicked off with colorful performances in the capital. Many people in the audience were excited to see acts that showcased the country's diversity. Tiffany Wong was there.
Wishing the country a happy 113th National Day. Thousands of people came to the presidential office to celebrate this morning. And so did a dozen performance groups showcasing the country's diversity. The Taipei First Girls High School Honor Guard kicked off the parade, accompanied by the Air Force's Brave Eagles aerobatics team. And behind them on the main stage, President Lai Ching-te watching them for the first time as the nation's leader.
今年应该蛮好的，对，新总统新上任了以后，应该有新的气象。
Some spectators were excited to see the same bands that perform each year, while others were there to catch a glimpse of some of the country's hottest athletes, including Olympic champions like gold medalist boxer Lin Yuting and some younger stars.
感谢你们。
龟山少棒队到威廉波特已经第4次了。那这个国庆日，我们很多优秀的运动选手今天都会出现在这个场合，来接受大家共同来庆祝。那我也相信他们的荣耀就是代表为这个国家这块土地而奉献。
There was also a special performance from Alephis, an Amis dance group from Hualien County in East Taiwan, an area hard hit by a deadly earthquake earlier this year. The celebration was meant to highlight the country's achievements in the past year, emphasizing its multiculturalism, unity, and strength.
Now the festivities are set to continue with a fireworks show in Yunlin County in central Taiwan, really spreading that celebratory spirit from here at the presidential office to every corner of the nation on its birthday. Scott Huang and Tiffany Wong in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
The Coast Guard has released 2 melon-headed whales off the northeast coast. The whales were found stranded on the beach 2 days ago. They were cared for in a rehabilitation center before their release this morning. Melon-headed whales are rare in Taiwan. Researchers are looking into whether Typhoon Kwartong or human activity interfered with their navigation. The Matsu Islands are repurposing and renovating cultural treasures, not just to bring more visitors, but also to preserve local memories that are starting to fade. Zhang Mantrist has this story.
房间号码，这是18号。
Cultural worker Wang Huati guides a tour group through a tea house that once gave military officers and their men a place to relax on a tough assignment. Through the Cold War, the Matsu Islands, just off China's east coast, were part of Taiwan's first line of defense against communist invasion. And in Wang's own lifetime, these islands were a world apart, only coming out of isolation and martial law in 1992. These days, the islands have transformed into a tourism magnet. But Wang is part of a movement to preserve memories of how things used to be and to keep alive a special island fortress identity.
我们有一个很强烈的一种世代的那个记忆的断裂。我的这一辈，我们的这一辈跟我的上一辈，他经历过这样的一个整个过程战地的这个背景的流程。但是我的下一代，如果尤其是在1992年后出生的这一些孩子。 他对他来讲，那个年代是跟他来非常遥远。
This isn't an easy task. There are a lot of now abandoned sites to protect. Here on the island of Nangan alone, there are 95 coastal defense batteries. Until recently, efforts to repurpose them were unregulated and full of failures. But the years since 2018 have seen a more sensitive approach, with help from the Culture Ministry. These days, a coalition of architects, artists, and concerned locals discusses what's to be done with old sites and installs public art inspired by them to enhance visibility. One conservation success story is Site 26, a project by architect Zhang Zhengyu. Her modifications to the site won her an architectural award earlier in the year. Since first visiting Matsu in 2017, she's become deeply involved in thinking about how to present the island's heritage to newcomers.
在设计的时候，我们的确是有意图的，想要把人在这个动线的过程当中慢下步来，然后透过这个框洞去看到，你跟村庄的关系。
For local cultural officials, these projects are a way of reclaiming agency on a group of islands whose story has long been shaped by the winds of change from the outside world.
我非常希望从战地转移下来是一个艺术岛。我们一直被环境，被政策。 被政治，而产生一个样子，那个样子其实从来都不是马祖自己。那么，什么才是真的马祖呢？
And while not everyone appreciates some of the more artistic aims of the program with its new artworks alongside old monuments, islanders are always happy to see more visitors, an important source of income and vitality.
还 OK 吧，我觉得至少它的背后也有马祖2个字，然后对啊，然后就是说让那个区块的游客变多，游客变多了以后，其实让地方也就活络起来了。那我觉得这是非常正面的，这是非常好的。
With many of these refurbishment projects and art installations finished in recent years, there's plenty to see, both for first-time visitors and even for locals. New ways to explore a very special group of islands. Fu Huaheng and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, we'll leave you with images of last night's National Day fireworks in Yunlin, which featured nearly 30,000 fireworks and a stunning performance with 400 drones. I'm Ethan Liu. Take care, and I'll see you next time.